Another field report from the front lines. You think that smile is for you? You think her calling you my love after 3 weeks is the real deal? Ay kuya, let me tell you what it really means. It means your retirement account, your 401k, your entire life savings has just been pushed to the middle of the poker table. I'm here to hand you the 7 rule survival guide that separates the men from the marks in this country. And right now, brother, you're not a man. You're a walking ATM. I see you. You're 45, 55, maybe even 65, fresh off a nasty divorce or just tired of the cold, dead dating scene back west. You came here for warmth, for a traditional woman who appreciates a good man. You're not looking for games, but that's the problem. That hope, that loneliness, it's like blood in the water and the sharks are circling. Your desire for a simple life makes you the perfect, complicated target. What you think is your second chance is what we call a business opportunity. This isn't a vacation romance, it's a high stakes match. And you're playing against pros who've been at this table since they were born. The chips aren't plastic, they're your time, your sanity, and every dollar you've ever saved. The buy in was your plane ticket, but every sweet message, every promise of a future, is another race designed to see how much you're willing to bleed. You think you're building a connection, but you're just revealing how deep your pockets are with every hand you play. And why should you listen to me, a Filipina, telling you all this? Because I'm not selling you a fantasy. I've watched this game my whole life, from both sides of the fence. I've seen good foreign men, men like you, get their hearts and their bank accounts emptied before they even knew the game had started. I've seen my own people do the skinning. This isn't academic theory. This is a damn confession and a warning, straight from the source. I'm breaking the code, so pay attention. This is your one and only warning. What you are about to receive is not a list of dating tips. It's a battlefield manual, a 7 rule guide to navigating the most beautiful and brutal dating market on the planet. Making a mistake here doesn't just cost you money, it costs you years of your life you can't get back. There are no refunds, no do-overs. You've been officially warned. This is the only map you're going to get through this minefield. So before I give you rule number 1, you need to ask yourself a hard question. Forget what you think you want and be honest with the man in the mirror, because your next 5 years depend on this answer. Your whole future, what's left of it, hinges on you knowing exactly what game you're playing. So tell me, do you want love? Do you want sex? Or do you want survival? Alright, so you chose survival. Smart man. That's your first correct decision on this battlefield. So let's get you armed. Rule number 1. The most common ambush on the map. The family emergency gambit. It's so simple, so effective, you'll be ashamed when you fall for it. The text message arrives at 3 a.m. My love, my Lola is in the hospital. We need 20,000 pesos for the medicine or they won't treat her. It's a test, a probe of your defenses. It's not about the money. It's about establishing a precedent that your wallet is the fire extinguisher for her family's every crisis. Don't believe me? Ask Michael, a German engineer I know. Sweet guy, sharp as a tack with machinery, dumb as a rock with women. He sent the money, no questions asked. A week later, he saw pictures on Facebook of his heartbroken girlfriend and her friends partying in Boracay, the supposedly dying Lola smiling in the background of one of the photos. He didn't just lose $400, he lost his position. He went from being a potential partner to being a confirmed sponsor. He was no longer a man, he was a resource, and he was marked on the map as an easy target. Then there's the next level, rule number 2, the Our Future investment. This is a slow burn attack, more sophisticated. She'll whisper about starting a little sari store or a pig farm, something for us. She's not asking for a handout, she's asking for a partner, right? Wrong. You're not a partner. You're the venture capitalist in a business designed to fail. It's a beautiful trap because it plays directly to your ego. your desire to be a provider, a builder. You're not just giving money, you're building a future, or so you think. I watched an American, a retired cop, pour his savings into a tricycle business for my cousin. He bought three. For 2 months, he got daily updates, pictures, even fake profit calculations. Then, silence. The phones were disconnected. The cousin was gone. He flew to the province to investigate and found nothing. The tricycles never existed. He wasn't investing in their future. He was buying her a new iPhone and paying off her family's real debts. You're a taxi kuya, not a captain. You pay for the ride and then you get dropped off. But these are just the opening skirmishes, the basic ambushes you should see coming a mile away. These are the rookie mistakes designed to weed out the absolute weakest marks on the field. You can recover from losing a few hundred, even a few $1,000. It hurts your wallet, sure, but the real game, the one that bankrupts men and destroys reputations, starts with the next mistake. And trust me, that one is designed to take everything. It's not just about your money anymore. This is where the real war begins, not in the open, but inside your head. You pass the basic tests, so now the attacks get personal. Rule number 3, the jealousy engine. She casually mentions an old admirer, a persistent ex, or a new co-worker who is just a little too friendly. She's not confiding in you, she's taking your emotional temperature. She wants to see if your fear of losing her makes you generous. It's a loyalty tax, and she's testing how much you're willing to pay to feel like you've won. Once she's primed your insecurity, she serves you rule number 4, the inherited debt. A crushing financial burden from her past is revealed, the one and only thing keeping her from being truly free to be with you. It's a beautiful, tragic story, and you are cast as the hero who can slay the dragon. This is the ping pong test, Kuya. She hits the problem to your side of the table. If your only response is to hit back with money, you have just agreed that every problem in her life now has your name on it. But the true master stroke of psychological warfare, the one that makes good men break, is rule number 5, the sick child syndrome. This isn't a single emergency, it's a subscription service for your guilt. The child needs special milk, private tutoring, or medicine for a vague chronic illness. The emotional leverage is unbearable. You're not just a man anymore, you're a father by proxy, a walking child support payment with no rights, funding an entire ecosystem where the child is the primary emotional asset. You're not her partner, you're her provider. And when your resolve is low, nature itself is weaponized. Rule 6, the convenient natural disaster. A typhoon hits her province, and suddenly her family's house has been completely destroyed. This is the moment you decide if you're the captain of your ship or just a taxi. A captain assesses the damage and plots a course. A taxi just opens his wallet and asks, "Where to?" You aren't rebuilding a disaster-struck home, you're paying for a planned renovation, and your generosity is the building material. She's giving the directions, you're just paying the fare. Do you see it now? The jealousy, the debt, the child, the storm. They are all levers to test your emotional weaknesses. This is a multi-front assault on your ego, your guilt, and your desperate need to be the hero. The real cost isn't measured in dollars. It's measured in your sanity, your self-respect. It's an emotional bankruptcy that will hollow you out completely. Because the game changes the instant you stop negotiating with hope and start demanding to see the receipts. Enough. You've seen the enemy's playbook. You've seen how they use your own hope and decency as weapons against you. But knowing the enemy's strategy is useless if you don't have a counter strategy of your own. This is the turn. We are done diagnosing the disease. Now we perform the surgery. This isn't about feelings anymore. This is about procedure. Think of your relationship like a runway. Nothing takes off without a pre-flight checklist. Your emotions are grounded until the mission is cleared for departure. Your checklist has 4 mandatory items. First is the filter. Every single request, story, or problem that involves your resources must pass through this gate. The question is simple and binary. Does solving this require my money or just my advice? If it's money, it's not a conversation, it's a transaction, and it is flagged for mandatory inspection. You don't get angry, you don't get emotional, you just get clinical. Her problem is now a ticket in your system, waiting for verification. It's not personal, it's protocol. Next, the test. This is where you apply pressure. The flagged problem now faces a non negotiable verification step. My Lola is sick? Great, I'll meet you at the hospital and pay the cashier directly. You want to start a business? Excellent. Let's write the business plan and register our partnership with a lawyer. Any hesitation, any excuse, any attempt to make you feel guilty for checking the facts is an immediate and catastrophic failure of the test. Her reaction to your process tells you everything you need to know. That leads to the decision. The test gives you a clean binary result. It's a pass or a fail. There is no in between. If she cooperates, if she welcomes your direct involvement and transparency, the light turns green. If she deflects, accuses, or disappears, the light turns red. And a red light leads directly to the exit. You don't argue. You don't negotiate. You don't make a scene. You simply and silently revoke her landing rights. The gate is closed. The flight is cancelled. You are the airport authority. This is your new operating system. Filter, test, decide, exit. It removes your bleeding heart from the equation and replaces it with a cold, steel trap logic. It's how you stop being a passenger in a taxi and become the pilot in the cockpit. You are in control of the variables, your runway, your rules. Now, I want you to write this down. Get a pen. Because what comes next isn't theory anymore. In the next section, we're going to apply this in the field. The live fire exercise starts now. The phone rings at midnight. She's crying, hysterical. Her landlady is throwing her out tonight unless she pays 3 months of back rent. But then her voice gets quiet, husky. She says she'll do anything to make you happy, if you can just help her. This is the ping pong serve from hell, Kuya. Sex, danger, and a deadline, all wrapped in tears. What do? The old you, the taxi driver, would have already opened his banking app. The ball is coming at you fast. Your move. Let's play that out. You hit send. The 30,000 pesos are gone. Suddenly, the tears stop. She's sending you heart emojis, calling you her hero, her king, her savior. You feel a rush. You solved the problem. You were the man. But you didn't solve anything, Kuya. You just bought your ticket for the next crisis. You didn't react. You were played. You returned the ping pong ball right where she wanted it, setting her up for an easy smash on the next point, which will come in a week. Now, let's rewind. Let's run the airport authority protocol. She's crying. You are calm. Filter. Money request? Flagged. Test. Baby, that's terrible. I'm here for you. Give me the landlady's number and I will call her right now and pay with my credit card. See? You don't say no. You say yes, but on your terms. You are not her bank. You are the verification system. You're not just a man with a wallet. You're the man with the checklist. The power just shifted back to your side of the court. Suddenly, the story changes. Oh, she doesn't have a phone. She only takes cash. Why don't you trust me? I thought you loved me. This is the test failure. This is the big red flashing light on your runway. You haven't lost a girlfriend. You've just avoided a financial black hole. She's not mad that you won't help. She's furious that you won't be played. By keeping your wallet closed, you have won back your entire future. The flight has been grounded before it could crash and burn. This is the moment of truth. You feel the sting of her words, but what you should feel is the cold, hard cash still in your account. You didn't just save a few $100s, you won your sovereignty back. You prove that your process is stronger than her pressure. This is the entire game. But surviving all these attacks is pointless if you don't understand the final law. It's the one rule that governs all others and determines if you ever truly leave the battlefield. It's rule number 7. So let's put it all on the table: the family emergency, the future investment, the jealousy engine, the convenient disaster. They are all just bait. The real trap is rule number 7. Your hope is the most expensive thing you own. You are the final boss of your own story, Kuya. You are the one who ignores the failed tests, who forgives the lies, who keeps the wallet open because the fantasy is more addictive than the truth. Every rule I gave you is useless if you fail to enforce the last one. Discipline yourself. Stop being the desperate bee buzzing after every flower. Be the flower itself. A man of value is rooted, stable, and produces his own nectar. He doesn't chase, he attracts. The bees come to him because he is the source. The moment you start chasing, offering your money, your time, your sanity just for a moment of attention, you have given up your power. Your assignment is not to find a good woman, it's to become a valuable man that a good woman would have to earn access to. This is our collective intelligence network now. If this battlefield manual gave you armor, like the video. If you've seen one of these ambushes in the wild, comment your story below and warn the other soldiers. Your survival story could save another man's life savings. And if you want the next intel drop before it hits the mainstream, subscribe and turn on all notifications. This is an active war zone and the intel is updated daily. We are stronger together, but only if we share the enemy's movements. For those of you who are ready to move from recruit to special operator, for those who understand that this intel is worth more than the money it saves you, the support link is in the description. It's for the serious players only. Your assignment for the next 24 hours is to look at every sweet message you receive and ask, am I the flower or just the fertilizer? You make the call. Stay sharp, stay solvent.